Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I wanted to come on here and share some traveling tips with makeup. So my name is Katie. I am a makeup artist. This is a Facebook Live, but I will be sharing it to my YouTube channel. So I'm just sharpening my eyebrow pencil. If you're watching the replay, please put a number 2 in the comments. We're gonna zoom in here just a little bit. I'm just quickly lining the brows. I don't like to spend a whole lot of time on the eyebrows. I like them to still look very natural, but the eyebrows frame the face, so don't skip the eyebrows. If you're hopping on, say hi, let me know that you're here watching. And so the reason I'm asking if you're traveling for the holidays is because I do have a product that is super versatile and very easy to put in your makeup bag that will take up a little bit of space but would account for several different products. So it is Farmacy's 3-in-1 face palette. So if you already own the 3-in-1 face palette, then you already know how versatile it is. Its intended use is bronzer, highlighter, and blush. But you can also use it as eyeshadow. So Farmacy redid our entire makeup line at the end of September, beginning of October. So it looks a little differently. If you have the older palette, I think I have both of them so I can show you. Yeah, so the older palette looks like this. Okay, you've got your bronzer, highlighter, and blush. And this is the new one. The new one has rounded edges. Hi, Shannon. Thanks for hopping on. And then it's got a mirror, which I haven't taken the film off of the mirror. You've got a bronzer, highlighter, blush, and we're going to use it for eyeshadow. So this one thing goes in your makeup bag nicely and smoothly, and it's going to take the place of eyeshadow, blush, bronzer, all of those things. Hi, Becky. So this is a great space saver if you're traveling for the holidays. So I went ahead and did my brows real quick. I'm going to put on some eyeshadow primer, and then we'll go ahead and do the eyes first today. I think I've been kind of changing it up a little bit. I do like to do the eyes first. Hi, Gina. Thanks for hopping on. Good morning. Good morning. So if you do own the 3-in-1 face palette from Farmacy, put me in the comments. The word me. Just say me. Because I know it's a popular, it's a favorite product. A lot of people really like it, but it's very versatile, like I said. And if you do a makeup lesson with me, this is the palette that I have started using for makeup lessons because it is so versatile. I love a product that pulls double duty, right? That you can do more than one thing with. All right, so eyeshadow primer, like I've said before, I'll say it again, is a must, is a game changer, honestly. Once you have started doing eyeshadow primer, you'll notice the biggest difference is your eyeshadow pigments are gonna stand out more, your eyeshadow is gonna last longer, it's just gonna all around look so much better. So that's why we do not wanna skip this step. It also carves out the brow, makes the brow pop. We're just going to comb those brows straight up for right now. Okay, so I've got my 3-in-1 palette, and I am going to, I'm looking for, here we go, my shadow. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to put primer on my face and be letting that dry while I do my eyes. I like mixing our primer. We do have 2 different types of primer for your face. One of them has a moisturizer built into it. They both have vitamin E. this one's called Blur Primer. It's a silicone base. It's like a gel, helps fill in fine lines and smooth out your face before you put makeup on. This one has the moisturizer in it, which is good for dry skin, which I have. But I like, and it has like an illuminating property that makes it kind of give you like a really nice glow. Hi, Carla. So I like both primers, so I tend to use both. Hi, Kara. Thanks for hopping on this morning, guys. All right, so I'm just going to basically tap in the primer into my face. I don't really rub it in, and I've used too much. I used too much. Hi, Christy. A little bit goes a long way, and when I get to talking on here, sometimes I just lose track of what I'm doing, and I use too much. But a little bit goes a long way. You do not have to use as much as I used. And tapping it into your skin versus rubbing it in. People think that when you're rubbing it in, you're getting it into your skin more, but the opposite is true. When you're patting something and tapping it in, it's going to be more absorbed better by your skin. So you want to tap your products, especially your skincare and things like that. You want to tap it in, okay? So just getting all of that primer. Again, your primer is going to help your makeup last longer. It's going to smooth out your face before you put on your makeup. Lots of good benefits of using primer. And ours has vitamin E in it, so it's good for your skin. Okay, I'm gonna need to turn my fan on. Sorry, guys. Okay. I always get hot because I've got these big lights shining on me when I'm doing my makeup. All right, so let's go back to the 3-in-1 palette, which is the whole reason I'm doing this live this morning, is to show you guys this palette. It's your bronzer, your highlighter, your blush, but you can also use it as eyeshadow, which I'm about to do. I'm going to take the brown, which is the bronzer, and I'm just going to, with my eyes open, I'm just going to place it right above my natural crease because I do have hooded eyes. I want my eyeshadow to come up high so that you can still see it when I have my eyes open. So now that I've got that place marker, I can just start tapping it in the rest of the lid. I'm going to focus mainly on the outer corner into about the middle of the lid. And right now I'm just building my color. I'm just tapping it on. I will go back and blend it in a moment. But for right now, I'm just building the color and tapping it on. All right, so now I'm gonna do the same thing with the other eye. We're just gonna tap this on with the eye open so we can see where we wanna place it. And then we're just gonna start filling in the rest of the lid, only about halfway, and then focus on the outer corner. All right, so once you have that step done, then I always clean off my brush. Use a clean brush. It's so hard for you to tap and not rub. I know, old habits are hard to break. So now I'm just using a clean brush to blend what I already have on my eye, okay? Small circles with a light hand is how you want to blend. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit more right over here. There we go. That's looking better. And I want a little bit more over here as well. And then clean off my brush. and blend. Hey, Natalie. My friend from Sweden is watching. I love her so much. Okay, so now that we've got that blended, that was our bronzer. So now I'm going to take the same palette and we're going to take this shimmer. This is a really easy eyeshadow look, you guys. I'm simply going to use my pinky finger. Oh, she called me princess. Hi, Natalie. Thank you. Then we're just going to, with our finger, we're going to tap on this highlighter shade in the inner corner. Look how pretty that is. You're just going to focus on the inner corner. And like I said before, if you have hooded eyes like I do, then you do want to bring that up and you want to open your eye so that you can see how you can see it when your eye is open. All right, so inner corner is the highlight, the outer corner is the bronzer from the 3-in-1 palette. Just bring that up with your finger. Your pinky finger works perfectly. I'm just gonna take just a little bit more of the bronze and just meet in the middle. There we go. Now I'm gonna take a small brush, a really, really small brush, and I'm gonna dip back into that bronzer. And we're gonna go under the eye. This is also a really good quick look for Thanksgiving. If you know, just want a little bit of makeup on, but you don't want to spend an hour getting ready, then this is a quick and easy look because we're just using 2 colors. All right, so that's the eyes. We're gonna work on the face now. And you'll see how this palette works for the face. Let me go ahead and put on my foundation. I'm using the VFX from Pharmacy. It's been reformulated to include skincare ingredients such as sea salt? I think it's sea salt. Hi Tamara, hi Shay. I do love the new Air Glow, but we do not have my exact shade in the Air Glow. So I'm hoping that we will come out with some more. It's a brand new foundation, so I believe they probably came out with limited shades at first because it's just new. So I like to go ahead and use my finger to put the product all over my face. Then I'm going to use a kabuki brush to tap it into the skin, just like I showed you guys with the primer. We're doing the same thing with the foundation. And then we're going to bring it down onto the neck so that you don't have a makeup line. Go onto the ear. And just tap all of that foundation in. I did 3 pumps on my hand and then spread it out across my face. And then if I have any spots that I want a more full coverage, because I do personally prefer a full coverage, then I will just go back and add some because it is buildable. It's a full coverage, but it's buildable. So if there's spots that you want to have more coverage, usually for me it's going to be these areas because I have a lot of redness there, but also kind of acne scars from when I was a teenager, kind of stuff I want to hide and cover. So I will just go and add the rest of what was on my hand to those areas, and then just tap it in and build that up. I did stop with my foundation right about this eye bag area because I don't want to cake on products and where that thin skin under the eyes is, because I'm going to be doing concealer there. So if you're going to be doing concealer under your eyes, then don't bring your foundation up right under your eyes, because you don't want it to be cakey. All right, so then I do like to go back with a damp beauty blender. Make sure you're always wetting your beauty blender when you're using it. There's still so many people out there that don't realize that you're supposed to wet it. Run it under the water, lukewarm water, and squeeze it out. And then you want it to be damp. You don't want it to be like dripping, you know, dripping wet. So, hi Paige. And so using the beauty blender after I've used my sponge is going to help if there's any brush marks, and also bouncing the sponge, I cannot talk, bouncing the sponge off your face. It's going to help pick up any excess product as well. All right, so we're gonna do some concealer, and then I think I left my concealer. Here we go. I'm using a peach tone concealer because over 40, when you get textured skin, peach is going to conceal the textured skin better than a lighter shade. Hi Miranda. So if you are using a shade that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin because you want to brighten your under eye, just pay attention to if you have wrinkles and texture under there, you're just going to be highlighting that area even more. So you, if you use a peach tone, that's going to conceal the texture. And this concealer is a plumping formula, so it's going to get into those fine lines and plump them out instead of settle in there, okay? So while I'm letting that plump, I always like to do my brow mascara. I put it in the wrong place. It wasn't where I was expecting it to be. All right, so we're going to do the brow mascara while we're letting that set. And I'm just going to comb. I like to do this part after I've done my eyeshadow, because of the powders from the eyeshadow can sometimes get up into your brows, the overspray, if you will. And so then doing that, it just kind of helps comb that out. So you want to make sure that once you are ready to work on your concealer, that you're using a brush. And I cannot find my concealer brush. Here we go. It was hiding. I really need to clean this brush. So you want to use a brush to work the concealer into the skin. That's also going to help it not look cakey. Then I'm going to bring the concealer up the side of my eye over here to give it a lifted look. That's another mature skin over 40 kind of tip there. Okay, so then once I have it kind of spread out with that brush, I am going to use my ring finger to tap it in, because the warmth from my finger is going to help melt that product in. Make sure that you are tapping and not pulling the skin under your eyes, because you do not want to cause additional fine lines, wrinkles. So I'm just lightly tapping, and if I have to pull or put, I'm going to push up. Never tug down or sideways. Okay, so let's do the same thing over here. We're going to pull that concealer, and it just gives a sharp edge to our eyeshadow as well. Okay, so just tap, 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 tap with the brush, and then use your ring finger. The ring finger applies the least amount of pressure, so that is why you want to use your ring finger, because again, we want a light touch so as to not create additional wrinkles. Okay, so after that, we're gonna set the concealer with some setting powder. Just use a little bit, and ours is a very fine grade powder that does not settle in your fine lines, so it's fine to go ahead and set the concealer. Okay, so back to the 3-in-1 face palette. The whole reason for this video is to show you how to save space in your makeup bag while you're traveling. I used this already as my eyeshadow. There's one more step I'm gonna do with the eyeshadow when I'm finished, but I'm also gonna use this as my bronzer, highlighter, and blush. Hi, Melody. How are you? All right, so let's do the bronzer first. So we start above the ear and then come down towards the mouth, but you stop at the end of the eyebrow. So we're just gonna place this on the side, do the other side. And I like to go ahead and come up the side of the face while I'm diffusing what's on the brush. I'll go back and blend this out once I have my bronzer everywhere. Looking forward to learning more from you. Thanks, Melody. All right, so we're basically tapping this on in basically the hairline area around the perimeter of your face, because it's going to help give you a nice warmth to your face, give you dimension. It's slimming. Again, I'm gonna blend this out, don't worry. All right, so let's do some nose contour. The nose can be very, very tricky. I take just a teeny tiny bit of product. Do you see how it was a teeny tiny bit of product for that whole side of the nose? A little bit goes a long way. So I've got just a little bit of the product. I'm gonna tap off the excess, and then I'm even blowing some more off because I do not want too much. It's really hard to blend out your contour on your nose when you get too much. So I definitely say start with a little bit. You can always go back and add more. Hi, Robin. Thanks for hopping on. So I'm just finishing up some of this nose contour. If you own the 3-in-1 palette from Pharmacy, please say me in the comments. M-E, me. This is the new one. This is what it used to look like. If you own the older one, this is what it used to look like. Just say me in the comments. I want to see how many people own it. This is the new one. So I've used it as my eyeshadow and my bronzer so far. I am going to use my powder now for the contrast. You can use your beauty blender if you want to. I like to use my triangle powder puff. Melody, you have the old one. All right, and what I do is I'm going to cut the contour. So I'm going to come under the contour. Hi, Riette. Thanks for hopping on. I'm going to do the chin and the forehead, up the sides of the nose, and basically where I'll be putting blush. So that's where I put my powder, and then I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm going to blend everything out. You're doing small circles and using a light hand is how I'm blending out. And just go back over everything to get it all evenly distributed. All right, next up is the blush. The blush that comes in this palette is very pigmented. So what I often suggest is to take it and get some on your brush, tap off the excess, and then tap it on the back of your hand so you can see what it's going to look like before you touch it to your face. Another blush tip is start doing circles with your brush before you touch your face, because if you just go and touch your face, you are going to deposit more product in one spot, whereas if you go ahead and start doing circles before you touch your face, you're going to more evenly distribute product. Okay, so let's see here. We are doing circles and we're going above the bronzer at an angle. See, that's a really soft blush look. That's how I like to do it. I like to put a little bit of blush above my eyebrows. Don't ask me why, I just do. And it's been a trend lately for people to put it across their nose. You can do what you want. All right, so then I like to, Tamara, I'll message you. I like the concealer, make it a 3, I'm not sure. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the highlighter shade and I'm gonna use a fan brush. And I'm going to do a little bit of highlight right on top of the blush. If you have fine lines in this area, then be very scarce with your highlighter because you don't want to accentuate the fine lines, and that is what the highlighter will do. So then I'm going to take this end of my brush and I'm going to place some highlight right in the corner of the eye, and then right under the brow, right under the arch. All right, so lips and lashes is all that's left. You can always take a brush that doesn't have anything on it and blend everything out again if you want it to be more blended. But I did not do any bronzer under here, so I'm going to do some real quick. Just with what was left on my brush. I don't like for there to be like a dark line underneath, so I just use what's left on the brush. I don't go add any more to it. Okay, so I used primer on my face and eye primer, and then I did, of course, my brows. I used the 3-in-1 palette for my eyes and for my bronzer, blush, and highlight. I did use concealer and powder, and then I'm going to use mascara and lipstick. So if you need to save space in your makeup bag because you're traveling, this palette is a great way to go. This is what I used. And I'm going to use the Infinity Lash mascara today. This is one of Pharmacy's new mascaras. It makes your lashes look really long. And I really like that it puts a lot of product on the wand without making it get cakey, but you don't have to go back into the tube. Once you've pulled this out, that's enough to do both eyes. You would like to purchase the new one? Okay. And what I like to do is just close my eyes and then just pull up on the lashes that are sticking out. Now, if you have really light colored lashes, you're gonna have to go all the way to the lash line and then pull out. So I do not have on lash extensions or anything. These are just my lashes. And look at that. I did get a little bit of mascara down here. I'm gonna let that dry before I do anything to it, because if I do anything to it right now, it's gonna smudge. But if I let it dry and then I take my eyebrow spoolie brush like this and just slightly go underneath, pulling up, it'll flake right off. All right, so let's do the bottom. So Pharmacy does have 2 new mascaras. I love both of them for different reasons. The Full Blast does give you volume and lengthening and curl. It has like a thicker bristle brush. And then this one, the Infinilash, has like this really skinny brush. But I've never gone back into my tube with it, and I still have plenty of product to do both eyes. And it's a skinnier wand. But I really like the way that my lashes look. And I do have a lot of this on hand, so if you want one of these and you don't want to wait for shipping, just let me know. I've got quite a few of these. I've got the Double Lash Extend and the Infinilash on hand. Okay, so let's do lips. It is fall, it is Thanksgiving week. I want to do like a fall Thanksgiving lip. So I'm going to do the Sunset Breeze, and then I'm going to put the Shiny Copper gloss on top of it. All right, so let's do the Ash Brown lip liner. Then the Sunset Breeze Liquid Matte Lipstick. All right, and then I'm going to take the Shiny Copper lip gloss. It's like a little pumpkin spice. Some people love it, some people hate it as far as the pumpkin spice stuff goes, but you can just spread that out a little bit. But there we go. That is a easy look for fall, for Thanksgiving, for the holidays. Using one palette to do many things. Thanks, Tamara. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, and then if you are in my Black Friday sale for my jewelry, the Mochi earrings that I'm wearing are in the sale. So is the hazy necklace that I have on and the amber necklace that I have on. The rest of the jewelry, I've got the November Sparkle box, which is still available. It comes with 5 bracelets and a 3-in-1 necklace. So let me know if you're interested. The last thing I'm going to do is setting spray. So I'm going to spray my neck first, because I don't know if my mascara is dry enough for me to put that on my face yet. So we'll do my neck. What I also like to do sometimes, because I do come down far on my neck and I don't want to get makeup on my clothes once I spray, I'll put setting spray on my beauty blender and just reinforce that setting spray. I've got to get out of the habit of calling it setting spray. It's a fixing spray. I like to also do my forehead because I sweat at my forehead very easily. And then, you know, throughout the day, we touch our mouth and our nose and our chin without realizing it. So I like to also go back over around the mouth, the chin, and the nose with a little bit of extra fixing spray. All right. So there is my finished look for today. And if you have any questions about products or anything, please let me know. And Melody, I'll message you. Bye, y'all have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving week.